Hi, my name is Barb Herrera, and this is Health at Any Cost. I started GLP-1s in July of 2022, and now today, this is October 30th, 2024. I started out at 405 pounds, and today I weigh 145. Today, I want to talk about fear, the fear of taking GLP-1s. There is a lot of talk on the interwebs about the fears of taking GLP-1s. A lot of it has to do with side effects, but I think that there are other reasons as well. Because a lot of people are quitting them or stopping them after the first 3 months or so. And I have some ideas of why. And I think part of that happens, part of that is I discovered that myself from having a gastric bypass, a Roux-en-Y gastric bypass in 2001. I started at 360 pounds and then I went down to 150 pounds in about a year and a half at the most, a year and 2 months, somewhere around there. It was really fast. So I went to the store with a group of friends as I hit that 150, a nice monumental weight. And I tried on a pair of jeans that were a size 8. I never believed that they would fit. I did not have any belief at all. And they, come on, try them on. And I put them on and they actually fit. They zipped up and everything. Well, when I walked out of that dressing room and looked at myself in the mirror, I was actually really scared of what I saw. And out of my mouth jumped, I need to eat some chips. It was not conscious at all. I didn't have any idea where it came from until I had lots and lots of therapy. I had been hurt when I was smaller, when I was right about 150 pounds. I had been hurt. And I don't need to explain how. You can just use your imagination. It's probably not bad enough. And so I was actually really scared of being so small. It was very challenging for me to feel so vulnerable, is probably a good word. Now, mind you, I'd had easily 30 years of therapy before I even began. And then you have to have a year of therapy about the weight loss surgery before they'll even do it. It wasn't even until after the surgery I said that I started gaining weight again, that I realized that I just felt so tiny. I was so small. And it's not like anybody would ever look at me. I had no hair then. And it's not like a man would, hit on me. I wasn't pretty, nothing. But I just felt scared. And fat was my cushion. Fat was my protection. And I know that when I was younger, I used to go, oh, I hate when they say that because that's projecting what it is that they think fat people do is they're protecting themselves, la, la, la. And then as I got older, I started reading more and more statistics that showed that, and I'll have to find some and put them in the comments down at the bottom, that between 60 and 70% of obese people have been abused or hurt in some way or another. And it is a protection. And as somebody who was, I was 405 pounds, and I'm telling you, now that I'm 145, less than I was at the 150, wearing a medium shirt. My daughter got me this medium shirt. I did not believe it would go on, and it does. And look, even my saggy arms aren't too bad. They're held up in it. Yeah. Even now at 145, I know that I'm 20 plus years older than when I had the gastric bypass and when I felt so vulnerable. So, as an older woman with lots of wrinkles and lots of saggy skin, I don't feel as threatened as I did back then. But I also think that a lot of it had to do with therapy. So, what does all this have to do with fear of the GLP-1s? Because, the number one thing that I think all of us hear is, I'm afraid of the side effects. The side effects, I can't deal with the stomach ache. I can't deal with the headache and the vomiting and the diarrhea or the constipation, and how difficult that is. And I am not discounting how difficult it is. I promise. I totally get it, even though I don't have it. The only thing I have is mild constipation, and I take care of that with magnesium and fiber supplements. However, a lot of people do. But then there's that other thing that happens, that other experience that happens, and that's at between 3 and 5 and 6 months, people quit the GLP-1s. And there hasn't been enough research to show why, but I have some theories. I'm thinking that people, especially, okay, so I'm going to quantify this. So people that are only 75 pounds or under to lose, I don't think they're going to have these issues. And they call it body dysmorphia, but that is an incorrect way to discuss how our body and mind do not work together. I do not call it that. Body dysmorphia means that somebody is obsessed with their looks. They stare in the mirror for an hour a day. Actually, the psychiatric consult definition means that you have to stand in the mirror for an hour a day. I don't stand in a mirror. People who have the body and mind difficulties integrating it, I call it the body mind integration syndrome. Because what we're doing is, as we lose weight, we're integrating our mind and our body. We're connecting them together, and it can take some time for our mind to catch up to what our body is doing. Well, when you're 75 pounds overweight or over what you want to weigh or less, you don't have that massive amount of the disintegration part. And that's because you don't look that different. But when you start at 400, well, we'll then go lower, 300, 400 pounds, 500 pounds, 600 pounds, and you begin losing so quickly, because I did. I know a lot of people, the average that people lose is 1 to 2 pounds a week. I averaged out at 3.3 pounds a week over 2.5 years. And that's really fast. And it's not surprising why I have lots of skin, but I also have lots of skin because of being 400 plus pounds. The incongruity of being able to look at yourself as you remember yourself, as we knew ourselves, I'll speak for myself, as I knew myself at 400 pounds, was over 350 pounds for most of my entire life. And now that I'm at this tiny little, and I know 145 doesn't sound little to a lot of y'all, but I'm telling you, it is small. I feel tiny. I'm sitting in this chair and I've got room on either side. I went to Disney a week and a half ago and I sat in kiddie rides. I could ride kiddie rides. Oh my God. See, it's just stunning to me. Okay, so let me look. I've got great notes here. So yeah, so as a super fat person, super duper size person, however you want to call it, I did not know any different until I had the gastric bypass. And then I learned what it was like. And then this time, this is my repeat, this time I knew what to expect. So it wasn't as scary as it was last time. That's why I didn't at 150. At 150, I did pause for a moment and say, okay, I think I'm in maintenance now. But I'm eating and I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, and I'm still going down little by little. So maybe I'm not done. But my daughter Megan, who has also done tirzepatide, has encourage me to just relax and do what I'm supposed to do, and it'll be okay. So I am. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, the fear of what they see in the mirror, what we see in the mirror as super fat folks, and looking into it and seeing something we're not used to can be terrifying. Not just scary, but actually terrifying. Because we know our boundaries in the world. We know where we fit, where we don't fit. And then when we lose weight, we are thrown off course and we're off balance and we don't know exactly where we fit and where we can go. Like it took me a long time after the gastric bypass, took me forever to know that I could walk straight through a turnstile. I thought, and still now, even 2.5 years later, that's nothing in a lifetime of 50, 40 years of being 300 pounds. Nothing. 2.5 years. I look at chairs. The moment I look at a chair that I'm going to sit in, my mind automatically thinks, am I going to break the chair? Is this sturdy enough to, or am I going to break the chair? Oh my God, I've got to sit on this toilet. Is it going to break? Am I going to break the toilet, or is it going to be sturdy enough for me to do? Now, of course, now everything is sturdy enough for me to do. I could sit on those little folded wedding chairs, those little white folding chairs that everybody puts out at weddings. I could sit on those now and it wouldn't be a problem. At 300 pounds, 350, 400 pounds, I would have cracked it like kindling. So I never sat in those chairs. I had to get folding chairs. Or if I go into a doctor's office and I look and I see the arms on the chair, am I going to fit? Or am I going to squish out the side? Am I going to get bruises? Am I going to need to ask somebody for a chair without arms? Which I did. The world is a whole different place when you're supersized, a whole different world. So, those of us who have been there or are there know how difficult this adventure, no, excursion can be. And it is scary. So there are ways to conquer the fear. Oh, let me go to a couple other things. There are fears also that when we get our GLP-1s, we're told immediately to start exercising, walking, lifting weights, doing this, eating that, eating protein, drinking protein shakes, drink lots of water. There are rules. Now, those of us who have been fat in our life are sick of frickin' rules. I was going to say the other F word, but I didn't. We are tired of being told exactly what to do. So being told again, this time what I did was I had to put that all aside. I didn't know what I was doing on Trulicity. I had no idea that was a GLP-1 until I went on Mounjaro and looked it up and learned all about it and learned what to do. But I want to encourage those of you who are supersized, super fat, that you do not have to do it all at one time. I could not walk for I couldn't walk to the bathroom for 4 months after I started Manjaro. I couldn't walk downstairs. I have 5 stairs to go down outside. I couldn't go down those stairs for about another 2 or 3 months. I couldn't make it to the nail box, which is down at the end of the driveway, for 9 months. I was not lifting weights at that time. The weight I was lifting was the weight in my arms, the weight in my legs. Just lifting my leg to get off of the bed was lifting about 50 frickin' pounds. We who are huge have muscles like crazy underneath. I want you to be proud of your muscles that you've got under there. And it's under the adipose tissue, the fat, and that's okay. It's going to go away. The fat is going to go away. You are going to lose some muscle like I did as well. But I am strong and powerful and can walk. Today I walked over 4 miles in one sitting, in one walk. 4 miles. So today I now walked, let's see what I've walked today. Oh, pat the Fitbit. I've walked 12,730 steps 5.12 miles in one day. Never in my life, never, except for at Disney a week and a half ago, did I walk 6+ miles. Never have I purposefully gone out in the morning before dawn and go out and walk all those miles. You do not have to start that way. You start with stepping out of bed and one step forward and one step back to the bed. Do not freak out if you cannot make it to the shower, but once every 3 weeks, which is exactly what I did. Do not beat yourself up for being so big. Why did I let myself go? It's not you. It's not you. It's our illness, our deficiencies. I don't care if you want to call it the disease of obesity, however you want to call it. It is not you. It's our brain and our gut hormones. That's what the issue is. And you can heal. Oh, Alexa, turn off the alarm. Sorry. The downsized is coming on in a minute. I have to watch the downsized. It's on YouTube as well. Anyway, so yeah, I don't want you to beat yourself up for how you didn't do what you should have done 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. I don't want you to beat yourself up for that. I'm 63 and I'm just starting life again. I have not had a life like this except for that 1 minute at 150 after the gastric bypass. Do I feel bad that I couldn't figure it out? That I couldn't get myself together? That I hadn't done enough therapy? Do I wish the gastric bypass would have worked? Yes, of course I do. Do I wish I'd never gotten fat at 7 years old after my tonsils were taken out? Yes, I had no control over it. I had no mental control over it after the gastric bypass. Now I know not to be so judgmental of myself. You may not, and you can email me health@anycost@gmail.com. You can call me on, I want you to call me on my phone, but I can't do that right now either. I want you to comment in the comments if you understand and you know I get it, and you don't want to talk to anybody in a public place. I want you to contact me, email me, and I'm glad to talk with you because I think starting this channel, I have lots to say. I've got lots to say, but I think this may actually be talking to the super size of us is the crusade that I am on. That is the absolute basic reason for starting this channel, is so that other people who were my size or bigger or felt like they were my size or bigger have somebody to talk to. I do not know anybody else who has lost as much as I have. None. If you know somebody, put them in contact with me because I would love to talk to somebody else who's lost this much weight, but they haven't. Nobody has come up. Okay, where am I going? Okay, so, some of the other difficulties besides walking, they say you have to learn how to cook. I don't cook. I eat lean cuisine and I eat healthy choice. I eat fruit in a cup with no added sugar. I eat, let's see what else. I was eating cereal, but that makes my glucose go spiky high, so I don't eat cereal anymore. Even protein cereal did that to me, so I don't eat that anymore. I eat a protein drink, the Premier Protein chocolate, every day. I do at least one, sometimes two, if I can afford it, because it's expensive. And then there's also the finding time to walk. There are people that Lorraine Durham on The Downsized interviewed a woman who walks in her house because she has various reasons for doing it. But if you have small kids, if you're a single parent, If you have to go to work really early or stay really late, it's very difficult if you have to coordinate your walking and your weightlifting and things like that, like going to the gym. I do not go to the gym. I do bands here in the room with YouTube. When I'm talking on the phone, I do bands, I do weights. I've got little 1, 3, and 5 pound weights down there, and I do those. And I need higher ones because I've actually gotten better at it, which is pretty cool. You don't need to do all of that. That is not what you need to do. If you're finding that you need to lift more weights, get a soup can and start lifting soup cans. And then move up to rice. You can get bags of rice and do bags of rice. You can work your way up and do laundry, soap, bottles, and things like that. Infinite ways to do this in the home. If you have kids and they're in strollers, get that stroller out and go. If you've got a stroller kid, a toddler kid that can ride a little bike where their little feet go, you can at least go down the driveway and back, down the driveway and back, down the driveway and back. Go somewhere safe. Go on a cul-de-sac. If you're not living somewhere safe, which I totally understand, if you do not live somewhere that you would be safe outside, because I walk at dawn, but there's lights everywhere and there's people everywhere. There's also coyotes everywhere, but I watch out for the coyotes. Then walking inside, walk up and down your stairwell if that's what you need to do. And you can do that over and over and over. And you know what? You don't go down the whole freaking stairwell. You go 1, 2, 3 steps, turn around, 1, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and hold on to the rail. Please hold on to the rail. I do not want anybody falling. Stairs are terrible for us big people because a lot of times I was never able to, my belly was so big, I was never able to see the stairs or see my feet when I was going down the stairs. I have fallen down the stairs here, the 5 stairs at our house, 1, 2, 3 times fallen down them. So you've got to be careful. So if you're afraid you're going to fall down the stairs, stay in the house. Just wander around the dining room table, go around and around, walk back and forth to the bathroom. And if you can only go 1 time to the bathroom and 1 time back to the easy chair, you did fantastic. I'm thrilled. Let me know. I will tell you how fabulous you are because you are. I know this walk. I know this walk, and it's very difficult. So, yeah, this cooking food thing, this walking thing, there's all different kinds of ways to take care of it. If you're worried about buying clothes, which some people say is a reason that they get scared, because they don't have money to buy clothes. Well, there's 2 things to do. If your clothes are wearable, you can take them to a consignment shop. There's always some, if you don't have a vehicle, like I have no car, if you don't have a vehicle and you can't Uber, you can take the bus. Have a friend take you, go to a consignment shop and consign off your clothes that are worthy of wear, and when those sell, you can take the money and go to a thrift store and go get money that way. You can do that. I mean, go get clothes that way. Thrift stores are amazing. And if you go frequently, you'll find different things every single week. Now the holidays are coming up, so that means that people are cleaning out their closets. So if you feel like you're going to be a smaller size in a couple of months, go get yourself something to wear. And then afterwards, people donate as well. So just, keep thrift stores in mind and know that there's ways around. I have to tell you, I didn't have money for a long time. I wore my baggy clothes for months. Now, I was so fat, I could not find a bra to fit. So I had stopped wearing bras about 15 years ago. I could not find underwear in my size that fit. So I had stopped wearing underwear about 15 years ahead of time. And now I have a bra on. It's very weird. I have a bra on. I have panties on. It's just the strangest thing. But don't feel like if you're in the house and you're wearing a muumuu or you're wearing your sweatpants or your sweat shorts and your t-shirt, and you don't want anybody to see you because you're still big or you're still in your baggy clothes or whatever, it's okay. It's no big deal. No, this is not a fashion show. You do not have to get all prettied up or anything like that. You do you. You do who you are. That's the most important thing that I want you to do, is to take care of yourself, your mental self. If you're going to lose weight on GLP-1s, and we'll talk about how to get on them, that's a whole discussion on its own, then you need to be comfortable in whatever skin you're wearing at the moment. And it's beautiful. I love all your flesh. I have so much flesh now. It's so wild. I'm calling it skinny. I'm skinny. Not skinny, but skinny. I've got tons of skin everywhere. So, and I know I'm not alone. But you know what? So be it. We earned it, right? It's no problem. Let's see here. What else? Oh, one of the other reasons. Now, this happens with people of all sizes. Our partners are initially supportive of our taking GLP-1s. And then as we begin to lose weight, they become less supportive. Now, this doesn't always happen. Some partners are like totally gung ho for it. But there are some partners who say, you're getting too skinny. You're not attractive anymore. I liked you when you had more bone, when you had more flesh on your bones. I don't like this bony person. I don't like blah, blah, blah. And I knew this was going to happen, or could happen, because of the weight loss surgery support group. So I expected it with the GLP-1s as well. People get divorced because they've lost weight. And that is a scary proposition. If you are somebody who's being taken care of by a spouse because you've been too big to be able to get a job outside of the home, and the pandemic didn't get you a job when you were trying to get one online, it can be very frightening to think about getting a divorce and losing your partner that you've had for however long. But I've heard of people who stay and stay fat so that they can stay in their marriage. I want you to remember, if you are staying with somebody who's telling you that he doesn't like you thin and doesn't want you on medicine, that he's also telling you, or she is also telling you, they are also telling you that they want you sick. They don't want you well. And I beg you to remember, when you get sick, who is going to take care of you? Who is going to wipe your butt when you can't? Who is going to feed you when you can't feed yourself? That person who's sitting there telling you they don't like you thin, but they like you sick, is going to be the one to either take care of you when you're sick or pawn you off on somebody else. You really, really need to go to therapy. Think about this issue. If this is coming up in your partnership, in your relationship, this is a real serious, common issue. And I want you all to take care of your mental health and get those ducks in a row, get those ducks in a row before the possibility of something as serious as divorce or separation comes up. Now, I know here I am saying, these are excuses for stopping GLP-1s or not going on them at all. These are not excuses. These are real life reasons why people don't want to go on GLP-1s. So forcing somebody, if like in my life, like I said, I'm an evangelist as far as GLP-1s go. But taking somebody who's really heavy, or who's not really heavy, but who's really heavy especially, and trying to make them conform into something smaller is not a positive gift to give somebody. And this is all besides the health at any weight people, things like that. I know, because I was there too, yet another topic. I know that all of these things come through the mind and the body and the experience of people that are the health at any size people as well. Me, I want health at any cost. I will pay anything. I will pay, and it sounds really dramatic, but I am literally paying with my life to change my life, to change who it is that I have been, who I am still in my mind a lot of times when I wake up and I look in the mirror, when I wake up and I get out of bed and I walk to the bathroom without a walker. If I'm half asleep, how weird that is. It is so confusing to the mind. So trying to push somebody into doing it before they're ready is not kind, is not a kindness to them at all. Oh, let's see here. I think that's it for now. We're going to all go watch The Downsize now. They're talking about that Eli Lilly had their quarterly meeting today, and we are in the middle of losing compounding right and left. So Novo Nordisk took off the semaglutide off of the FDA list today. So we're all in an uproar about what to do. I've been on Mounjaro. I'm on Ozempic now because of insurance telling me to do so. I'm in my second appeal. I know I'm very blessed to at least have Ozempic, but it's doing not good things to my mind. I have bipolar disorder 1, and I'm having a response, an emotional, mental response, not just emotional like I'm cranky that I don't have Mounjaro. I mean an emotional swing response because of being on Ozempic. And this is my third shot I did last night. And yeah, it's not fun. So my psychiatrist is going to speak for me. I've got all the papers that I need for the appeal. The appeal is on November 19th, 2024. And it's on the phone, and it's going to be an interesting experience. It's with people. It's not with a computer. It's not with AI. It's not like a pre-authorization. It's nothing like that. It's way beyond that. So I'm fighting for all of us. I'm fighting for all of us who have insurance and who deserve to have the medication that works best for us. So anyway, okay. So love you all lots. If you have questions, again, health at any cost at gmail.com. I have a website that I talk about a lot of things too, a blog, health at anycost.com. And then, of course, like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to have you along here. And find me people who are big. Find me people who are big. And don't just tell them, hey, this lady lost 260 pounds and you should talk to her. Don't do that. That's not good. Maybe we should think about how to do that. Maybe we should come up with a line, you know? Anyway, okay. Love you all, and I will see you soon. Bye. Turn it off.